And this is still college athletics at its absolute best. As we don't have that on the intro anymore, but that's just kind of what we say, man. Brought to you by Josh Heupel saying that college football is absolute best. We take it to college athletics at its absolute best, man. But welcome in to another episode of the Fanatics Show. We are 60 days away from college football. And for those of you that hadn't watched the video, today is Fuad Revez Day as he kicked the 60-yard field goal against Georgia Tech. That remains the longest field goal in Tennessee history. But what a day to be alive, man. Get to talk more about ball. Got some big reveals tonight. Got some big things to talk about. But before we do all that, Skylar, my co-host, how are you doing tonight, man?
Man, we are doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Can't complain when we get to come up here and talk ball with all of our viewers watching. Thank you for watching live. Make sure you click that like button. Share the show. We love when you guys interact. Tennessee Football 247's already in the chat saying can't wait for the jersey reveal. Going to be fire, dude. Home and away jerseys have been revealed. We will show you here in a little bit right here on the show. And Rhonda is in the chat already saying, what's up, Fanatics, man? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Michael, how are you doing?
Man, I cannot complain at all. Get to talk about some ball tonight. Get to look at these sick-looking jerseys
Come on now.
tonight. Get to react to them as well. Get to talk about a couple of schedule predictions and also a recruit that may be trending in Tennessee's direction. But
I don't know about it.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk all about that. But, Skylar, before we get into too much else, would you like to give us our presenting show sponsor?
Yeah, the people that make it happen, man. That's P&L Business Services. We know firsthand that getting your monthly reporting, invoicing, bill pay, taxes, and other essential business services right is critical. That's why at P&L Business Services, we go beyond bookkeeping by providing you with everything you need in your back office so you can have your time back and the peace of mind to do what you love most, which is building your business. Behind every successful business is a great bookkeeper, guys. If you feel like you need this to stay focused on that customer service, that awesome customer service that you provide, but maybe you feel like you're struggling or maybe you just can't balance it, man, go online, pnlbusinessservices.com. Allow those fine folks out of Oak Ridge, Tennessee to take care of you the way they take care of us. We appreciate you so much for your continued support, P&L Business Services. So, Michael, you kind of alluded to it a little bit, kind of gave us a quick little rundown, but exactly what are we doing and how are we doing it and what order are we doing it in?
So tonight, segment one, we're not going to make you wait. We're going to reveal
the
home and away jerseys. If you've not seen them already, just a teaser, it is definitely a good-looking jersey. Spoiler alert, it's not going to be out of, just an out of left field thing. They kept it traditional, but it just looks very clean. At the end of that segment, do have a little bit of news we want to talk about. Kind of allude to a little bit. DGG, David Gabriel Georges, is he trending to Tennessee? In segment two, we're going to talk about Arkansas. We're going to give our schedule predictions for Arkansas. Segment three, we're going to give our predictions for our son, Kentucky. We're going to look at those schedule predictions, make those as well. But let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
As I will give you our segment one sponsor, and that is Optimal Asbestos Services.
Talk to me.
Optimal Asbestos Services offers detailed asbestos inspections and air quality assessments. Whether you're looking to secure your home or workplace, you can trust Optimal Asbestos Services to deliver thorough and reliable solutions. You can contact Jeff Mull at 865-223-3297 for your consultation today, or go on the web at optimalasbestosservices.com. So once again, this week, Adidas has decided to every single day unveil a new jersey for Tennessee. They started yesterday.
Like that, by the way? Do you like that? Because they're actually withholding it from sales as well.
Yes, I actually do like that.
Okay.
I think, if it was one of those things where, Tennessee obviously is like the face of Adidas right now. Like that was part of the deal. It's like, look, Tennessee, you are basically what Oregon is to Nike. That's what we're doing with this deal that we signed.
In the OG days, I mean, I do feel like Tennessee is an Adidas school. Like,
yes. So I think that by them doing this, this is basically saying, all right, Tennessee, we feel like you're this important to us. We want to absolutely tease you about or tease all your fans and everything, and make this into like an event type of thing. These unveiling of the jerseys. So I love it. How do you feel about it?
I don't really care. It is what it is. Like, I know eventually we'll see it. I'm not the one sitting at like Dick's Sporting Goods waiting on it to drop, or online waiting on it to like. I'll get my jersey. I'll get my gear at some point. But I'm enjoying the process. I think it's kind of cool. It's helping shorten this dead period that we have. I mean, media days is coming up in a couple weeks, but yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a little bit of entertainment that fans can kind of look forward to. So I'm indifferent, really. I know a lot of people have had an opinion on it, and I don't really care. It is what it is.
Yeah. So yesterday was the home jerseys, the orange ones. Today was the away jerseys. Tomorrow is going to be the Summit Blue for the women's side of things. And then Thursday is going to be dark mode. Friday is whenever everything officially goes on sale. So, without further ado,
what them orange jerseys look like? Ugh.
Here is the orange jerseys. And just right off the bat, I love the way that the numbers just pop. Like they made it a little bit thicker. I
was going to say it's definitely a bolder font, a thicker number, a lot more like old school. Like,
yes,
I mean, if
and I think that's what they were alluding to.
Yeah, if the sleeves and the jersey overall, like the new day and age, how tight they fit, but like that is definitely the old block-ish font that was on that old Adidas jersey. I like it, man. I dig it. I am also super proud of Adidas. Okay, can I be a critic about one thing? This picture showed it off, okay? I understand the 2 pinstripes down the pant leg is classic. I thought Adidas missed and could have done a little bit thinner, but also done a 3-stripe down the pants leg.
You know, now that you say that,
Come on now.
I think that could have been a...
Come on now. Especially with Tennessee, like... Tennessee's athletic page has been posting like 3-stripe pride for like over and over and over again. And I'm like, okay, that's got to be implemented in the jerseys or uniform somehow, right? No, I thought they missed out big time. I thought they were going to do the 3 stripes down the side of the leg, just not be as bold, of course. But other than that, I love how Adidas didn't really overdo anything. They got the orange right. It looks right, at least. I mean, we'll see it on the field. We'll see how. But they didn't really change a lot. They changed the numbers. They changed the logo. They kept the power T at the collar. They didn't overdo it, and I respect that.
And I'm going back to uniforms. I just went back to the speaker screen while I was changing my other screens. But here is some of the...
Rhonda out here telling everybody she's old enough to remember how it was. Come on, Rhonda. You ain't that old. Don't lie to yourself.
So here's some of the details in it. So obviously, here's the close-up of the jersey. You know, it is this block font. They do have the Tennessee T here, kind of reminiscent of the 90s as well. And then on the collar, it says, "I will give my all." There,
I like it.
Kind of alluding to the sign that Tennessee fans, or the Tennessee players, they slap on the way out of the locker room. Some more details on this next screen. So obviously I already mentioned the inside collar thing. "I will give my all." The power T that kind of goes back to some of those 90s jerseys. You can kind of see it a little bit here on that championship jersey that Peerless Price is wearing. And then what we've been talking about, the number font. It is the bold numerals. The curvature complements that power T, that big block T there. So that is what they've done for these jerseys. And personally, I think that this is a huge, huge W for Adidas, for Tennessee on these jerseys.
I agree, man. They're like I said, the fact that they made this a whole thing and there wasn't a ton of difference in the jersey, I'm so happy for it. Like I love it. It looks good. I dig it.
Yeah.
We didn't have we didn't have like Dunkin' Donuts across the like I just love it, man. Like I was so afraid that was going to be a thing at some point. And it probably still will be, just FYI. But right now it's not. These are slick, by the way. I like the basketball unis.
Not a lot was changed from what Nike did. They still kept the old school, the Tennessee Volunteers. I think that was a Rick Barnes thing. He wanted to keep that classic look.
Yep.
Instead of, when he first came on, it was just a Tennessee block across the chest there. So I like this look. I mean, just a classic look.
But I like the ball. I like the blacked out Adidas logo.
Yep.
And I want to even say, maybe not, but I was wanting to say that the Power T was also blocked out. I don't know. But either way, the Adidas being black, I kind of like that. I know that's a small thing on the ball. It is what it is. But I also like the way they did the Adidas in the center, kind of at the collar, so the Power T. Mm-hmm. I like the white pinstripe. I do. I dig the white pinstripe around the shoulders, around the collar. I think it looks slick.
I love the old school look.
Yeah, man. It looks great. Tennis football, I agree with you. I do like the way that I think that was the 2016-17 Nike look where we had checkered off the pinstripe on the helmet and checkered off the pinstripe on the pants. I love that look. That is my favorite look. I just don't think we're going to get that. I think that might have been a Nike thing. It could be a Tennessee thing. Like, obviously, Tennessee has the power to create those uniforms, but I think that may be a thing of the past. And the only reason why we've seen it several years ago was because we were doing that throwback thing with the smoky grays, and that was like the first rendition of it, and we got a glimpse of that again. But I do love how they like finished the pinstripe with the checkered off look. I do like that. That's a good. But Rhonda says she's pleased. I'm pleased. They look good. You haven't even showed my favorite my favorite change though. You're getting there. You're getting closer. You're getting warmer.
Yeah, so this one here, and I can't zoom in anymore on it right now.
Unbelievable.
I know it. So not a lot changing here. I do like how they went back to the button down instead of just a regular jersey. I'm one of those guys. I love the button down.
That's a classic baseball look.
When we went in high school and got we got the button down jersey, I believe my junior year for I think it was our maroon jersey. I loved it. It was. I didn't say crimson. I said maroon.
Man, that's close enough.
But I loved having that right there compared to, it's always nice having those dry fit jerseys. They feel nice out there, but there's nothing more classic than having the button down baseball jerseys.
You know who's having to convince themselves that it's like maroon and not crimson? South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
Yeah. They made the switch, and they're Nike, but they didn't get their shade of. I don't know.
That's a big L.
I think they said Alabama, like for fan gear, Alabama, Oklahoma, and South Carolina all have the same color for the fan gear.
Yeah.
Now their jerseys, like what they actually wear on the field, are supposedly their color, but that was a whole debacle. Like if you just go and buy a hoodie and it says South Carolina on or something, it's actually the same freaking color as Alabama. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's why that would trigger me so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep.
All right. So is this the one that you like the most?
Yes, bro. No, it's this one, and honestly, the Lady Vols basketball. This is clean. This is clean.
This is a huge W by Adidas, going with the Summit Blue accent around the Tennessee, the trim all the way around the jersey there. You can't really see it in this photo, but the going along the side of the pants too, the big Lady Vols logo there on the pants. Let me see if this one shows it better. Yeah, so you can see the Summit Blue accented stripe down the side of the pants there too. Love this look. This is fantastic.
It's clean. Hey, Rhonda brings up a good point. Like, we could go out there and trash bags, orange sack, don't care. Let's win a championship. Hey, in this deal that Adidas did, okay, aside from the apparel, they are helping us get there. I mean, they're giving our players better deals. I mean, the players that you see in these photos that kind of like sported all this, they are actually sponsored by Adidas. They are Adidas players. That's why they were the ones chosen to do this. So, I love it. It's going to be. But these right here, that's the basketball. I thought it said Lady Vols. Yes. I'm tripping, but these are clean. I like the blue accents on the lady.
You're thinking about the volleyball jerseys.
Am I? Okay, my fault.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking about volleyball.
Either way, these are still like the fact that they're implementing the Summit Blue as like not even an alternate. Yeah, what did I say? I'm so sorry. Summit Blue as like a genuine. I mean, that is the Lady Vol color. Like, I'm sorry, but I love the fact that they've implemented these into the home jerseys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just a really clean look all around it. The only thing I would say is, I like after seeing the men's, I love the classic, I would love to see something like Tennessee and then Lady Vols at the bottom, something like that, or even
Right.
instead of having the Tennessee across it, just have Lady Vols.
I thought it
across,
did say
something
Lady
like that. But
Vols. Yeah.
I still love this look though.
Rhonda.
That is a great look.
I believe I'm right in saying that he is not a future Adidas player. He is already an Adidas player. Hint. I'm not saying that's a hint or anything. I'm just thinking. I'm just saying that I've heard in the biz that he is already an Adidas player. Could that be a factor? I don't know. We'll talk about it. All right. The home jerseys look clean, though, man.
Yeah, that's the home uniforms. I don't have the volleyball. I don't have the soccer pulled up. They look very clean as well. You can go to the Tennessee volleyball, to the Tennessee soccer pages. You can go to all these pages to find their uniforms. Now let's go to the away jerseys. I'm sorry. Here's a better look of the Tennessee baseball. A little bit closer up look. I mean, just not a lot changed, but just went back to the button down. Looks really clean overall. I like the hats too.
I like that Cam was one of the Adidas players that just kind of a sense of security that he's coming back for sure. I like that.
Yep.
I think he's going to be a dog in the circle.
All right, so going up here.
On the mound. All right. I'm going to be the first to say.
I love this.
Yeah. I'm going to be the first to say I'm hating it. I'm hating it, but I love it mostly, but I'm hating it. Okay?
Explain.
Okay, one.
Show your work.
Yeah, that's fine. I do feel like these numbers, maybe it's the exact same size. They just appear to be obnoxiously big.
I'll give you that. It looks so much
especially
bigger.
On the front. They appear to be too big. Okay? I don't need to see the number on the front as much as I need to see it on the back. Okay? Like that, let's just be honest. Secondly, I am very upset that there wasn't a thin black outline on these numbers. That was an Adidas thing, and I wish they would have brought it back. And I'm talking thin. Like, think about the Tyler Bray jersey, okay? Adidas. Yeah. Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm upset that Adidas didn't bring that back. Okay. I didn't mind it on the home uniform. It's never really been on the home uniform. I thought we were going to get it on, especially with Tennessee bringing like the dark mode and like implementing black into the color a lot more. Like, I just kind of thought this was a great introduction to make that splash change to really bring out the nostalgic OG look. They didn't do it. I thought they missed there. But other than that, that's my only two icks with the Stormtrooper look. It's always going to be clean. I mean, we're orange and white, bro. It's clean. So that's it. I just feel like the font's a little bit too thick and could have been a black outline.
I mean, the font, I'll give you that. Looking at it now, it does look huge on the front here on these jerseys. I could do without the black outline. I think this looks very clean. A subtle change that I absolutely love. You no longer have the orange collar on the white uniforms. It's now the white collar, and it makes that power T there in the middle just stand out that much more without having that orange collar. I love that.
Speaking of that power T right there in the middle, you know, go ahead and go to the details one. Go ahead, you can go to the details.
Go to the details one.
Yeah, because it really helps. You know, maybe zooms in on that. Rhonda said that she loves the button up with the baseball. Yeah, I think there's nobody that's a baseball fan that doesn't love that. Like there's no way. All right. What color is that power T? All right. Focus in on that. It's white.
That is white.
With the orange background. Mm-hmm. I'm going to need to see the orange lids again.
I agree.
That is the cleanest look. I'm telling you, the white power T with the orange background is so clean. And I'm sorry if you have a bad taste in your mouth, but we have lost other games wearing and they never get as bad a juju as the orange lids do. And at any rate, we need to wash that down, right? So we need to wear them again, get that nasty taste out of our mouth. But those orange lids with this jersey, I'm telling you,
I'd be clean.
Clean. Can't wait to see it. It's got to happen.
Looks like somebody in this comment here did what you wanted with that black outline.
Come on! That is nasty, dog. Tell me you don't like that. Now, that's clearly AI. Like, it doesn't look as clean. But That is solid. And think about
I
like
mean,
the Adidas sign would have been done the same way, right? Like the Adidas would have had the thin black outline. I'm telling you, that is clean. That
I
is
mean,
that
I
is
like it.
that is money. I want to.
I
That's my.
like
Hang
it, but
on. That's
I
my
could.
screensaver. Let me. Hang on. Hold up. Let me. No, I'm joking. Wow, you changed it on me. That's crazy, bro. How are you gonna
I could
disagree
do
with that?
with or without.
Whatever.
Okay, so this is the one that you were talking about. So the away uniform has the Lady Vols.
I
Across
do
the
like
front, and you
this.
can't see it. You can't see it very well in this photo, but here, I like this.
Yep, I
I
like
like
that.
the Lady Vols, the cursive across the chest there, very clean. Once again, the Summit blue accents along the collar, along the
It is a
shoulders,
school
and then
color for the Lady
trim on
Vols,
the
man. I
thighs.
love it.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yeah, absolutely love it. This is a fantastic change.
I love it. Yeah,
Yep.
I got nowhere.
Great.
I do like the Lady Vols script. Like that is my problem. That is, and I like the fonts of that. Like that's a little different. I like it. So
Yeah,
clean.
that is a great looking uniform.
Oh yeah.
All right, this one, love this. Absolutely love this. Once again, it's the button down, the Tennessee across the chest here. I love this change. This is probably one of my favorite uniforms.
I'm not feeling it as strong as you were, but that's okay. I think they could have done better with the Tennessee font, in my opinion.
Maybe so.
They changed every other font and they made that one like the same old new school, but like super thin. It's not as bold. Like I don't know. I think they could have done better. It's fine. I just gotta hate on something, you know. Like I can't just sit here and say they're all clean.
Fair
These
enough.
are clean though. These are fire, dog. Like let's just be honest. And you're a
Yeah.
basketball guy. I know you ain't gonna hate on these. Like come on.
Once again, I mean, you can't hate on the classic look.
You can't mess this up. Like
I love, once again, the Tennessee Volunteers, the orange block along the side of the jerseys all the way down. It's just such a clean looking jersey. And then, Duke Harris being the one to unveil it. That's, yeah.
I'm late to this comment I was going through, but I think he meant Furman, but he said fireman when he's like, we can wear the orange lids when we play Furman. That way it's like a guaranteed dub. I like it.
So
the orange is right. You're 100% right. I don't think they messed it up.
No, they did not. And then these softball uniforms here.
These are clean.
Yes, love these. And a subtle change that not a lot of people noticed at first. It took me a minute to notice it. So with the white uniforms that Tennessee had wearing Nike, it was also the white bottoms. These, they've got the orange bottoms with them. I think that makes it stand out even more. I like this.
No, man. It looks good.
Oh, and I didn't even see this the first
Adidas
time around.
Logo is blue.
You've got the Tennessee and then Lady Volunteers. It's small, but I like how they have
the
that.
Details, brother. It's the detail.
Yeah, it's still everything trimmed in the Summit blue. You mentioned the Adidas logo Summit blue. You got the stripes there on the shoulder. Just love this look. It's
cleanest
so
uniform
clean.
in college. Never seen a better uniform.
100%.
Agreed.
Let's see. I believe that was all of them there.
No, the basketball, I think, of the ones that we just looked at, I think the basketball, I think I'm rating that the cleanest of the all whites. I mean,
you mentioned it's hard to mess that up, and Adidas nailed it.
Rhonda brings up, have we heard anything on softball recruiting? I got to be honest with you. I ain't even tried to look at softball recruiting. That's like the last thing on my mind right now. Rhonda, okay. We are 2 months away from football season. I'm not doing homework on softball right now. Michael, have you done any homework on softball?
I have not.
Okay, I'm not the only one. We probably should be. We are probably not doing that team, the due diligence, the respect that they deserve. But I can tell you what, I don't think we're going to fall off as far as I think a lot of people think we are just because we lost that number one ace pitcher, best pitcher in the world. But I think we'll be just fine.
I completely agree with you there. So, real quick, before we move on to our next
Michael
segment,
says real quick.
It's not real quick. It never is.
Yeah.
Never is. Never. DGG.
Yeah. What about
So reports have come out. He did an interview with Steve Wiltfong.
Yeah.
According to that interview, I believe he said it, but I know his uncle said it as well. He's already made his decision. He just has not come out and said it yet because his date, the date that he has set, is July the 22nd, whenever we will find out. Supposedly, things are trending towards Tennessee.
I doubt it.
Your thoughts?
I doubt that. I don't think when people say trending towards, it's just people. In my opinion, it's Ohio State, Tennessee. Ole Miss is there. I think people are blowing smoke because they know they got a 50-50 chance of making it right? So I think that's what we're getting here. I don't know if there's actually a lean one way or another. I think he's done a really good job in today's age to kind of keep it on the low. I respect him for that. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and act like he's coming to Tennessee because at the end of the day, I truly don't know where he's going. And unfortunately for Tennessee fans, it's going to be a little bit of a hard truth. But, like, what's the risk that he has going to Ohio State? He's going to be in the playoff every year. He's going to be making decent money. And he's going to go to the NFL. The risk with Tennessee is you will be hoping to get to the playoff. You'll still make a lot more money, probably. I think we have a better offer. And you'll still make it to the NFL. Don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, it's just all like what's important to him. And I don't know that. I don't know that answer. So
here's a couple of things that I do know based off of what I have heard from people talking to his family and things like that. We mentioned a couple weeks ago that the alleged offer that Tennessee had put on the table was a 3-year deal worth $2 million. The reason there is a 3-year deal is, according to his family, wherever he goes, that's where he's going to spend the next 3 years.
I love that. That makes me want to pay him more just knowing that. Like,
I do as well. So, I mean, that tells me that this guy, he's supposedly going to be a loyal guy. Now, I haven't heard any Tennessee players say it before, but I've heard players say this before, and then they transfer out the next chance that they get. I don't know if he's going to be the same way or not.
Nico? No, I mean, but like seriously, but the parents have even like, we want that plan. We want to know from the moment our kid steps on campus, what's year 1 look like? What's year 2 look like? Mm-hmm. What's year 3? Because the reason why they're doing a 3-year deal is because they fully anticipate him going to the NFL the moment he is draft eligible. Yep. So what's that plan to get this kid ready for the NFL as a 20-year-old? Mm-hmm. And at that point, as long as we have a good blueprint for them, I don't know. I would love to think that the East Tennessee kid, probably the highest recruit out of East Tennessee or in Tennessee in general, ever. I don't want to. I hate to use the term ever, but this kid's like the highest rated Tennessee high school recruit that I can remember
in quite some time.
That I can remember. I don't even think T. Higgins was this high. Now everybody knew T. Higgins was a dog coming out of Oak Ridge, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if he's trending one way or another. I do think it's between Ohio State and Tennessee, and I hope that he comes to Tennessee. I'm not, but we had this discussion last week, man. I don't think it's the end of the world if he doesn't come to Tennessee.
I don't either. And, we posted that short last night from our conversation talking about that. A couple other things that I do know. He has a good relationship with an assistant coach on Ohio State staff. I think it's the running back coach, because normally, the position group that you're being recruited by, that's the coach that you're going to be closest to. He's got a great relationship with him. Mm-hmm. But he also has a great relationship with several people on Tennessee staff. The possibility that Ohio State's coach, that assistant coach, moves, goes and takes another job. Maybe goes and takes a head coaching job. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I don't have that pulled up here either.
Rhonda brought it up too. I mean, his favorite running back growing up was Alvin Kamara.
Mm-hmm.
And they've already met, and Alvin Kamara could be helping him do some training on the side, whatnot. Is that an influence toward Tennessee? I don't know, but I do love how involved. I mean, Alvin Kamara could honestly slight Tennessee. Don't feel like he was as well utilized at Tennessee as maybe he would have hoped.
I don't see that being a factor now, especially after the big donation that Kamara
That's
made.
what I'm saying. Like, it clearly he loves the university. Like, he's appreciative for the opportunity he had. And I think he also has a little bit of gamesmanship and sportsmanship respect towards Jalen Hurd at that time, too. So, like, he understood that he was not necessarily the one and only, but he was a 1B and then ended up being a 1A pretty quick. And that's why we've seen the downfall of Jalen Hurd. But, no, I mean, I love Alvin Kamara. The fact that he's pouring back into this program the way he has, and also he is having a killer career in the NFL. It's awesome. It's exactly what we needed. We needed that next big name out of Tennessee, especially running backs, man. It's been a while since we had, Arian Foster. Is there anybody in between them two that made it kind of big in the NFL? I can't think of.
I mean, Arian Foster and then Alvin Kamara, that's about it. I mean,
there was really nobody in between that had a decent.
Montario Hardesty would have been that guy had he not gotten hurt.
Yeah.
Montario Hardesty was a great running back.
Yeah.
But, he didn't really make it big. But, it's Arian Foster and then Alvin Kamara. And then I feel like D. Samp is going to be that guy.
Yeah. D. Samp's going to be better. Yeah. Jalen Wright may even have a decent career.
He could as well. But, something in this post that I have pulled up right now, and I'm not going to pull it up on the screen because it's a teaser of a guest that we're going to have on in a couple of weeks. And I'm not going to release who that is yet. But he put on here.
Okay.
If DGG cares about leaving a legacy at a school, it's going to be harder to leave one at Ohio State than it will be at Tennessee.
That's a fact. Because
since 2018, Ohio State has had 7 Heisman finalists. Since 2018. The last time Tennessee had a Heisman finalist was Peyton Manning in 1997.
Hendon Hooker. That's bull.
He should have been.
He
should have been. But the last person at Tennessee was
Stetson Bennett. Literally was a final. No shot, dude. Hendon Hooker should have been a finalist.
So I mean, he would automatically, if he is a Heisman finalist at Tennessee, he would automatically be the best player that we've seen in Knoxville since Peyton Manning.
But I think the doors open up for DGG at Tennessee a lot quicker, I feel like, than they do at Ohio State. Yes. That's something I think he's got to, especially with him wanting to get in the NFL within 3 years.
And something else that nobody's really talking about.
Like Deshaun Bishop's last year, probably this year.
Yeah, but something else that nobody's really talking about, Legend Bay went to Ohio State.
To be a running back. Flex, utility, athlete, whatever.
So, I mean, would he'd probably be sharing a lot of carries with Legend Bay. And obviously, if he comes to Tennessee, he's going to share carries with somebody. But he's going to be the featured back, 100%.
I hope he looks at the recent production from our running backs group. And I think he's going to look at our system and realize that it's going to put him in the best position to score, to have fun, to rack up yards. As much as we are a quarterback-friendly offense, we're
a running back-friendly offense.
We rush for 200 to 2,500 yards a year. I think hopefully he looks at that. He sees that we put our last 3 or 4 running backs in the NFL fairly easily, like mid-round, third, fourth round, they're getting drafted into the NFL. So hopefully he looks at that and he sees that, okay, I could, at worst be a second round and I could even have the potential to be a first-round pick at Tennessee. So,
yeah. But these, something else is Ohio State fans. They are absolutely going crazy thinking that he's going to go to Tennessee because
okay.
The alleged deal is that he's going to be a $1 million running back. That's going to be the NIL sign, the NIL number right off the bat.
And that sounds crazy.
It does.
Because it's the first time it happened or will happen. But next year we're going to be paying a lineman. I mean, like, it's only going to continue to go up
Yes.
Like, we thought it was crazy when Nico was getting $1 million or $2 million. And now it's like, dude, you can't get a quarterback for $1 million, $2 million. Like, they got to have at least 5 or 6. So, I mean,
So
it's just, it is what it is. It's
and
going to
you've got
continue to rise.
Ohio State accounts on X that are just going absolutely crazy. Well, we've never paid a running back anywhere near this amount of money. There's very few players that we've paid just this amount of money right
They
off
had
the
like
bat.
the most expensive roster 2 years ago. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but I mean they're splitting that among multiple players, but they have not paid a running back this amount of money.
Nobody has.
No, nobody has. But I feel like this is the type of guy that you pay that type of money. You've got fans saying, "Well, we've got to get this guy," because I mean they're comparing it to Michigan right now, and they cannot stand Michigan, as most people know. They absolutely hate Michigan, but they're talking about, Michigan's got Savion Hyder. And if we miss on DGG and we have to go get somebody else, what are we doing? Like, they are going absolutely nuts right now. And Tennessee's just sitting back here like, hey, if we get him, we get him. If not, we got plenty of guys in the room.
Yeah.
And they're going to have the production that they need, that Tennessee needs. So
if he wants to move the needle bigger or further, he needs to go to Tennessee. One, Tennessee's not even got the biggest, best class this year either. So he has the potential to be a standout leader of the class, which he would be that in any class that he chose. But regardless, he can either go join some winners and be a part of a team and maybe play in his freshman year at Ohio State, or he could go to Tennessee, immediately be a starter as a freshman, be a leader on the team, and realize he's surrounded by absolute dogs at the wide receiver position, the tight end position. And even though Tennessee's not as prominent of a program right now as Ohio State, they will have the potential, and he will have the opportunity to shine immediately. I think he's got to think about that. On top of the money, obviously.
And something that you didn't mention is he's going to have a second-year quarterback, whether that be George McIntyre or Faison Brandon. He's going to have a second-year quarterback prepared to have a breakout season.
Yeah, I mean,
in their second season in offense.
Yeah, what Tennessee has done, and I know it sounds crazy considering we haven't had a repeat quarterback in a while, but Tennessee's built that depth and stability in general in that offense. I mean, when you're bringing back, I mean, we're bringing back legitimate like 8 starters on offense, which is absurd. So I think you replaced a tight end, Miles Kitzelman. You replaced your quarterback, which you've done the last 4 years, and
you're replacing one wide receiver.
One wide receiver. Yep, with a kid that's probably played plenty, right? So I mean, it's not even like but Chris Brazel was a key piece of our offense, so that is a big piece. But I think Braylon Staley and Mike Matthews are definitely going to pick up some of that slack, without a doubt. So
top 10 wide receivers entering 2026. 100%.
Yeah, they got disrespected, but it is what it is. It's fine. The reason why they didn't get that love is because they don't know who's selling them the ball. So,
I mean, I can, yes, but I can also make arguments otherwise.
I understand.
But I mean, either way, I don't think DGG loses in this deal, whether he goes to Ohio State or he goes to Tennessee.
Nope.
But it's going to be fun to watch. Once again, commitment date July the 22nd, and we will be here for that whenever he makes that commitment. So, Skylar, do you have anything else on DGG or on the Adidas uniforms before we move on to some schedule predictions?
Let's do schedule predictions. Let's get it. I've been waiting a long time for this.
All right, man. Well, before we do that, I do want to give you our segment 2 sponsor, which is Kaizen Painting. Do you want a colorful life? Kaizen is a painting and drywall company that provides residential, commercial, exterior, and interior services. At Kaizen Painting, we understand the importance of a beautifully painted home and properly installed and repaired drywall. We're here to bring your vision to life. We care about providing you with a personalized, efficient, and quality service. If you live in Knoxville and surroundings, contact us for a free estimate at kaizenpainting.com. Color your life the Kaizen way. So we mentioned last week, we are starting off with Arkansas. Arkansas under new head coach. Cannot even remember his name. And that just tells you how badly I feel about him. It's the former Memphis head coach. Help me out, Skylar.
I'm trying my best. Give me a goddamn second. Uh, 1 second. We are
We are
live.
live, by the
We are
way. So,
live. It is, and I have it right here.
Ryan Silverfield.
Thank you, Silverfield.
Yeah, so Ryan Silverfield taking over the helm, coming from Memphis, where he has some good seasons, but he very much underachieved every single season. Skylar and I have both been on record saying that we feel like Arkansas panic hired in this situation. They thought they had Alex Golish, and they ended up not getting him, and then just hired the highest rated, group of 5, group of 6 coach that was left on the table to take over their program. So coming off of having Sam Pittman, who has some highs there at the beginning, but then very much underachieved in his last couple of seasons, especially the offensive line group that he was supposed to specialize in. So really not much place for Arkansas to go but up, but I don't know if up's gonna happen this season.
No,
I guess we'll end up seeing.
they
Scott,
didn't
you
get a
want to go?
favorable. Yeah. I'll go first. North Alabama. I do think they start out with a win. At Utah, man, that's just a tough draw for the out of conference. With a 9-game conference schedule, you draw Utah at Utah. I just don't think that's going to happen in first year. I don't even know who's going to emerge from Arkansas player wise to be dominant. But yeah, you then have to play Georgia as your first SEC game of the year. Pray for Arkansas. That is not going to be a good one. Tulsa. Tulsa is one of those games where I think it's in a terrible spot. You're coming off probably back-to-back losses, Utah, Georgia. Tulsa, a team you probably should beat, but will you? Like, what's the mindset of this team after getting rocked probably by Georgia? I don't like the spot. I am still going to give them the win because I don't know where they're going to get a lot more wins down the road. So I know that's a terrible way to do it, but we're going to give them the win there against Tulsa at home. Maybe that has a difference to it, but then they go to A&M. It gets bad for them. I just don't think they're pulling that one out. They do host Tennessee, and history says that Arkansas will beat Tennessee, but they shouldn't. And Tennessee better not lose to Arkansas this year. At Vanderbilt, I truly think Vanderbilt is a better team than Arkansas right now. I don't even care who's the quarterback at Vanderbilt. I know Vanderbilt's defense is still stingy. And did they not still have like one of the best tight ends in the league, or did he get drafted?
He went to the pros.
That's fine, but they still got
They've
somebody.
got one of the
offense.
best running backs in
Is that
Cedric
okay.
Alexander.
I was gonna say they got some dogs. I think they got more dogs than Arkansas. I'm giving Vanderbilt the dub there. Missouri is a tricky one, but I like Missouri's quarterback a lot more than the quarterback at Arkansas, whoever that is going to be. I don't know. Give me Missouri.
No, it's not Taylor Green. He transferred.
Yeah, it's not Taylor Green.
I don't know who the quarterback is, to be honest.
But Missouri picked up Ole
Miss's
Austin
Simmons.
Yes, and I like that kid.
They also pair that with Ahmad Hardy, who is
Missouri's
SEC
gonna
leading rusher.
Missouri's gonna be decent. Come on. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm telling you, this is how quickly it goes off the rails for Arkansas, man. It's just not a good. It's not a good look, and I don't. They didn't really think this move out that well, in my opinion. At Auburn, no, the quarterback or the head coach you thought you had is gonna run you at the building. South Carolina, South Carolina I think still has better players, but they do host South Carolina. What's the psyche of these two teams? I don't know. I am going to give Arkansas the win just to give them a win in conference. I genuinely don't see them winning another game. So South Carolina, and then I have them losing at Texas and then hosting LSU. Dude, it is a bad season for the Arkansas Razorbacks, but I do have them going, 3-9 and 1-8 in the SEC. And we do the worst case, best case. Worst case, man, they literally could win one game this year.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, they could lose to Tulsa because that's in a terrible spot, being in between Georgia and A&M like that. And then South Carolina, I do think South Carolina is a better team. So I don't even think that's a stretch to say they lose to South Carolina. The worst case is 1-11, and best case, Michael. What do you think? Best case. Let's collaborate here. I know this is my segment, but maybe Auburn,
Maybe
may
Auburn, because that's another first
and
year
maybe
head coach.
Utah. Utah's a good team, man. I don't think so. I'm
I
seriously
don't I
thinking
don't think
best.
Utah. I think so. Hear me out here. I know that we're Tennessee fans and everything, but also towards the beginning of the SEC schedule, maybe you're still working out your two quarterbacks between McIntyre and Brandon. I think Tennessee is a much better team than Arkansas, but maybe towards the beginning of that SEC schedule, they sneak up and they do get Tennessee at home. I mean, Tennessee has struggled in Arkansas, so that would be one that puts you at like 5-7. I feel like it's got to be one of those three teams between Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and Missouri. You might sneak up and get one of those. I don't see you getting two of those. I don't feel like it's a good best case.
I'm genuinely, and this is crazy, but I'm genuinely gonna go 5-7 as best case, which is why Arkansas was first on our list. Yep, that is my prediction for Arkansas. Not really high on the Razorbacks this year.
Yeah, so 5-7 from
Let me go
Skylar
through
is
and
the
clear. I wish
as the
we could
best
just
case.
clear. Is there a button that I could just clear all? That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Maybe not.
So yeah, you got 3-9 as their actual record this year, and I'm probably not going to be much different. Just a spoiler on
I don't
that
see how
one.
you could be, man.
Starting off the season against Northern Alabama, I do think that you get a win there. It'd be a good, first win of the season, kind of get the jitters out of the way. But then you mentioned going on the road to Utah. Now, it is not a Kyle Whittingham-led Utah team this year, but I don't think
Still
it's going to
good
matter.
talent.
Utah has got a lot of talent out there, and they're probably going to be at the top half of the Big 12 too. So that is going to be a loss for Arkansas. You mentioned it. You get Georgia as your first conference game right off the bat.
Hey, that was us last year, man. We know how that feels.
Yeah, I mean that's just that's going to be brutal.
Georgia could be
getting that one.
vulnerable. I mean, we almost beat Georgia but now I feel like Tennessee's a better team than Arkansas. So
Yes, so it's going to be a loss there. You mentioned it with Tulsa. That's a dangerous team to get, especially coming off of a week where you play Georgia that you're probably going to get throttled by. By the way, Tulsa has snuck up and gotten some teams in the last couple of years. I believe they got Oklahoma State last year. Nearly got Kentucky a couple of years ago. Sneaky good opponent, but I do think that Arkansas is going to get a win in that one. Texas A&M in College Station. This game is not going to be in Dallas as it has been in previous years. I do think that Arkansas is going to get beat pretty good by Texas A&M. Tennessee, as mentioned, Tennessee has struggled in recent years, really going back to the early 2010s in Arkansas. But this is a different Tennessee team. This is a different Arkansas team. Tennessee is going to get the win against Arkansas here. Vanderbilt, you mentioned it, is a Vanderbilt team that lost key pieces last year, but they also retain one of the best running backs in the conference. They also have 5-star Jared Curtis at quarterback. We'll see where he's at this point of the season, but I do think that Vanderbilt's going to get the win in that one. Missouri, you mentioned it. They're going to be a sneaky good team in the conference this year with Austin Simmons at quarterback. You've got Ahmad Hardy at running back. They got some key pieces that they picked up from the transfer portal as well. They're going to take a loss to Missouri. At Auburn, this is probably the most intriguing spot of the schedule for me because you got two first-year coaches in Ryan Silverfield and Alex Golish. I just think it's going to be two coaches that are going to be trending in opposite directions. I think that Ryan Silverfield from the gun is going to be trending down. And I think Alex Golish is going to have Auburn in a really good spot this season. So that's going to be a loss for Auburn. I'm sorry, a loss for Arkansas in this one. South Carolina. This could be a very intriguing game for both of these teams. And just taking a look at South Carolina's schedule, they don't have it any easier than Arkansas does. I mean, before playing against Arkansas, here's the 3 games prior to playing Arkansas. Tennessee at home, Oklahoma in Norman, and Texas A&M at home. That is a tough 3-game stretch there before playing against Arkansas, not to mention some of the teams they played before then. I think it's very possible that Shane Beamer could be fired at this point, and if that's the case...
I think he was dumb for not taking the Virginia job. Like, when he had the control to do it, man, that was...
I think at this point you could see Shane Beamer fired. And because I'm banking on that being the case at this point in the schedule, I am going to give Arkansas the win.
Oh,
the game at home.
We mirrored each other. This is crazy. We don't talk about it. This is live. We do not discuss our picks before these. Like, I didn't even. Yeah, this is. I'm glad we see eye to eye on Arkansas. I don't see how you could see any different. We've known this from the moment they hired this guy. That, like, why, who, how, when, where, and then with this schedule, man, like, you gotta have. I don't know. I think they poorly timed and managed this whole head coach situation. I do seriously think that they probably win 5 games if they'd have just kept the last coach. Sure, they weren't going to win an Natty with that guy, but at least you had some sense of stability and a guy that built some culture around that team. And
with all the turnover for especially SEC head coaches last season,
it wasn't the time.
No, I agree. I feel like they could have gotten a better guy.
Now they did lose some games in the ways that you just can't lose games, but you also just set your new guy up for absolute failure.
Yeah, but man, in those games, how many of those games did Arkansas lose that it was
in
like, hey, we're a play away from
Memphis,
winning this game?
They fumbled it away. Dude, there was like 3 games that they lost it in the final minutes. It was crazy, actually. Tennessee was a game that it was close. They didn't pull it out.
So I hate that we completely mirrored each other because it's bad for podcasts. But I mean, I've got the exact same scenario that you do. 3-9 as my schedule prediction for Arkansas. 1-11 is the absolute floor. I mean,
there's no way they lose to North Alabama, right?
No, I agree. They beat North Alabama, but that Tulsa game, that's a tricky game, especially for a first-year
It's a bad spot, too, man.
Yes.
Being sandwiched in between Georgia and A&M, not a good look. Because as a coaching staff, you're worried about conference games way more than you are out of conference games. So are you already cheating on film? Like, I don't know. They better not be, but they could be. I don't know. It's a bad spot.
Yeah. Terrible spot to get Tulsa there. And then my ceiling, I am going to go 5-7. We mentioned that Auburn game is really the swing game for this schedule. If this prediction comes to fruition, like we've said, 3-9, that Auburn game is definitely the swing game because of what trajectory is Auburn going to be on at this point.
Let's screenshot this comment because when Arkansas goes 9-3 this year. We need to know that we were not the only ones that predicted this, okay?
Yes.
Like
100%.
We need to make sure that we CYA, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. No, I genuinely I don't know. Ryan Silverfield would have to pull a miracle, and I just he's gonna have to have some dudes that we just don't know about for him to have any sort of a season this year. I genuinely don't think it's in the cards to make a bowl game. Absolutely not. That's why I said it is either. That's why I said the best case is 5-7. I mean, you just even if you win the non-conference games, you beat Utah, and you go 1-3, or you go 3-1 in your first 4 games. I'm not finding 3 more wins.
No,
I don't, man. It's hard. So, no, it is what it is. Hey, I gotta have somebody to put it on. Come on now. All right, next team.
Yeah, so let me
clear the board
this out real quick.
Clear the board. I know who we're talking about next, though.
Go, big. Who are we talking about next?
What?
Who are we talking about next?
Lil Blue.
Lil Blue. I guess they are Little Blue.
Lil Blue.
Wrong one.
The UK.
Yeah, the UK, but the one that's the state above us, not the one overseas, right?
Correct. The one that's still in the FIFA World Cup tier. I'm joking. I don't know.
No, but before we get into our segment 3, a word from our segment 3 sponsors.
Come on. I can laugh because I know some of those guys that are in that video. I still find it so funny that when the camera zooms in and whatnot, the guys just continue to look straight, don't have a single facial expression or anything. I love those guys, man. They have been busy. It's been hot this year. Well, the last like 2 weeks, really. A lot of issues going on in HVAC world, but they are still finding a way. I actually called him today and said, hey, a client needs some help. When can you get out here? Fully expecting him to be like, dude, next week. He was like, I think I could squeeze you in tomorrow on my lunch break. And I was just like, dude, that's insane. Like, thank you so much. I hate that you're having to do that, but, it's for the client. So I appreciate him, just the things that he does, and that company's awesome. They're outstanding. We appreciate them so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
No volume, couldn't hear them. Wait, what? Is that for real?
Are you able to hear us, Jade? Or was it just a video?
No, I think she's factual. Yeah, I'm not getting it on my end either. That's crazy because I heard it through the headset.
You'll have to look at that because it's, not coming.
Thank you for letting me know. But what he said is if the comfort's not there, do yourself a favor and call Bowie's Heating and Air. And then you've seen the phone number on the screen. But yeah, they handle all your commercial, residential HVAC services. So wow, that kind of bums me out, dude. I like that video.
Yeah,
Worked so hard to get this up.
Might have to take it off and re-upload it and just.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
that's right.
We'll
but we got the UK.
That out.
Thank you for letting me know. Because I would have never known because it queued in my headset. So that's kind of weird that it didn't queue on the video. All right, cool. Kentucky. Stein.
Yep,
Will Stein. In his first year. Has a top half in the SEC according to some quarterback. Okay. So they're dangerous. Got to watch out for them.
I cannot believe you said that with a straight face.
I mean, can't believe you didn't sense the sarcasm there. All right.
Here's what I will say about Kentucky.
What are we saying here? I mean, I'm a Bama hater more than anybody, but I just, you know what? Hell yeah! I love it, dude. Let's go. Bama
here's what I will say about Kentucky.
Is crazy, bro. I'm sorry.
I do like Will Stein. I think he's going to change the culture at Kentucky, but that culture is going to be changed from 4-8, 5-7 to maybe 7-5, 8-4 on a good year type deal. It's not going to be a 10-win season anytime soon for Kentucky, and that might not happen in our lifetime, but we'll see. We'll see where they're at.
It has happened, but it was when a wide receiver was quarterback.
Yeah, and it's whenever the SEC, especially
the SEC
East,
we still beat them.
absolute lowest, and yes, we still beat them.
We still beat them in their best seasons. Yeah. All right, I'll go ahead and go. I'm gonna be quick. Youngstown State. I just don't think they have the horses, man. I'm joking. I do think Kentucky will pull out a dub in week 1.
And in come the Kentucky fans.
Well, I mean, they could be overlooking them, bro. They could be thinking about Alabama. I mean, you got to think. They're 100% through fall camp prepared for Alabama. They do not care about Youngstown State. But no, Alabama, man, that is a crazy game to have in week 2. I don't know what Alabama's going to look like. I do think Kentucky, in a weird way, plays the better competition harder. Like against Georgia, against Alabama. They don't play Tennessee that well, but against some stiffer competition, Kentucky does typically play better, but they can never finish the game. So for that reason, Alabama wins. Yeah, pretty easily. At Texas A&M, buddy, that's brutal.
Start to the season.
That is brutal. I mean, just after getting mollywatched by Alabama, oh, don't worry, you just got to travel to College Station the very next week. And we're in the third week of the season, and it's your second SEC game. But that's what happens when you have a non-conference rival. Like they have to play Louisville at the end of the year. So, yeah, A&M, not seeing it. A&M is going to be a solid team again this year. But they do have South Alabama. That'll be a good pick-me-up game for them. I think they start out the season 2-2 going into October. Let's see, at South Carolina. Ooh. This
Interesting.
is a solid matchup. I ain't even gonna lie. Because like you said, Beamer ball, Kentucky. This is one of their few
I feel
opportunities.
like
Got
this
to take it.
game right here is the biggest swing game for both of these teams for the rest of their season.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I don't know why, but I think I like Will Stein more than Beamer. But I think Beamer's got the better players. So it's going to bite me in the butt. But I'm going to give Kentucky the win against South Carolina because I'm not going to give them much more than that. And I hate that South Carolina's just kind of like my fall team here. I don't really mean that, but honestly, I don't like Beamer, so maybe I do mind it. I don't know. Whatever. LSU though, right afterwards, you do host them, and maybe you can even make it a good game. I just don't think you're going to win it. So hard L there at Oklahoma. Man, John Mateer is a decent quarterback. Their defense is nasty. I don't see Kentucky scoring more than 13 points against Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma's going to scrap their way to like a
Probably
27.
24, 27.
Yep, 13 type game. So give me Oklahoma on that one. Vanderbilt, another good matchup here. I don't think Vanderbilt's going to be as good, obviously, without Diego Pavia. I wonder how they look actually with the first year quarterback. Solid quarterback, 5-star. I think he's going to be good, but he's only going to be as good as I think Vanderbilt's offensive line and whatnot is going to allow him to be. And I know that offensive line got overhauled. So, I can't do that. I think they're going to lose to Vanderbilt. At Tennessee, without a doubt, like it's going to be a blowout. Florida. Oh, Florida. Yeah, Florida. I think they actually beat Florida. They have had Florida's number for the most part in the betterment of half decade. It's almost a decade at this point.
I would
They
even
went
say
on
a
like a
decade,
3-game
yeah.
winning streak against Florida at one point. I'll give them the win at Florida. 2 first-year head coaches. They get the home game against Florida. I think that's huge because I think they will lose to Missouri, and I think they will lose to Louisville. And Kentucky finishes the year 4-8, but they do get 2 SEC wins and finish 2-7 in the conference.
So 4-8 for Kentucky. What is your floor and what is your ceiling for this team?
Yeah, the floor is definitely 2-10. I see them losing to South Carolina and Florida, of course. The ceiling, I have them maybe beating Louisville in the rivalry game, beating Vanderbilt. So we'll call it 6-6 as the ceiling.
So a bowl game right off the rip for Will Stein is your ceiling. So
Correct. Absolutely. I'm gonna go ahead and delete this. All of them.
yeah, that's solid right there for Kentucky. 4-8 is the actual prediction. 6-6 is your ceiling. Yeah, that's very solid. I'm probably not going to be too far off.
Oh boy!
From where
Don't tell
you're
me we
at.
did it again.
Youngstown State, as you mentioned, that's going to be a win for Kentucky right off the rip. I think this is going to be a good chance for Kentucky fans to see what the offense is going to look like, see how many points they can score against Youngstown State, to give them all sorts of false hope going into Alabama that they're just going to get absolutely stomped by in Lexington. Start off the season 1-1, and then you go to College Station as your reward right after that. It's going to be a rough start to the season if you are Will Stein at Kentucky. I'm going to go with the loss there, Texas A&M. South Alabama, sneaky good
They
team.
are a good team, bro.
But I do think that Kentucky is going to be good enough to get a win in that game. Starting off the same as you, Skylar, going 2-2 at the start of the season. I already mentioned this South Carolina game is going to be the swing game for both of these teams as far as how the rest of their season is going to go. And I think Kentucky is catching this game in a great spot. South Carolina start to the season. They get Kent State, Towson, and then Mississippi State to start the season. Then they travel to Tuscaloosa to play against Alabama. So South Carolina is getting the University of Alabama. Kentucky gets South Alabama before they play each other. South Carolina does get the game at home, but man, coming off of that game against Alabama,
Yeah, you're right.
South Carolina's going to they're going to be in one of two spots. They're either going to be absolutely motivated, ready to come out and beat the brakes off of Kentucky, or they're going to have the hangover from getting destroyed by Alabama, and they're going to lose.
They have to look at they have to be able to be resilient. They got to go week to week, and they got to look at this as like, hey, this is our opportunity to get that win. You know, in the SEC, unfortunately, there is a strong drop-off between that first and second tier of teams and then that third and fourth tier of teams in the SEC. And so when they get that chance to play another 3 or 4 tier team in the SEC, they better take advantage of it because that season's going to get sideways real quick if they don't win those games. That goes for Tennessee too, man. If you don't win the games you're supposed to win, it's going to get sideways in a hurry.
Yep, 100%. And I just feel like I feel like in this situation we're going to see a hangover from Alabama.
Oh.
So I think that Kentucky ends up getting the win against South Carolina. I'm with you on that one.
Let's go.
LSU the week after, as you mentioned, they do get it at home, but I think LSU is going to be a better team by a long shot this year. They're going to lose there. On the road against Oklahoma.
On the road again.
I'm completely with you on this one. I think that Oklahoma is going to absolutely choke out Kentucky in this game. Kentucky's going to score somewhere around 13, maybe 17 points. And then Oklahoma's going to sneak in and get around 24, 27, maybe up to 30 to win this game. So a loss there. And Vanderbilt game is going to be an intriguing one as well. We'll see what Jared Curtis, the rest of the offense is looking like at this point in the season, but I still think that Vanderbilt has got the better horses compared to Kentucky right now. So I'm going with a loss to Vanderbilt. At Tennessee, coming off of bye week, it's not going to matter.
Dark mode. It's over.
I still wonder if Tennessee's going dark mode or not in this one.
They got to. There's no other choice. They got no other. If you look at Tennessee's schedule, I don't see how there's another game that it makes sense.
LSU.
You think they do dark mode on senior night?
I feel like that they would go dark mode on senior night before they do on homecoming, even if it is Kentucky.
Maybe.
I feel like those are the two games that
I got something I want to point out that I don't think you've even noticed in this schedule, but I want you to finish first. And then I think maybe it applies to why Kentucky will not have a decent season this year.
Okay. But at Tennessee, that's going to be a loss. Florida.
This is, I think of the final 3 games, it's their best chance. I don't know, Louisville maybe, but I think that's their best chances against Florida.
I'm going to go with a win against Florida because I trust Will Stein more than I do John Summerall.
There's no way we did it again. This is
at Missouri.
There's no way.
I think that's going to be a loss as well.
Yep.
Louisville at home.
All right. This is to determine if we're the same on 2 teams in a row. And we've never done this before. I got to be honest.
Louisville at home. Just to be different, I'm going to go with them beating Louisville at the end of the season.
Just to be different. That's crazy. So we did it. I hate that you're doing it just to be different, but
I could absolutely see it happening too. I think
okay, as long as you believe it. Like I don't want you to.
Louisville towards the end of the season here lately, they've kind of fallen off. They've had a chance here in the last couple of years to be that team to compete in the ACC title game, give themselves a shot at the college football playoffs, and they just choke it away at the end of the season. Now, I give them credit. They've taken care of business against Kentucky in the last couple of seasons whenever that's been the case, but they've just choked it away before then. I think that Kentucky, with a offense that actually has some life in it, could come out and beat Louisville in this rivalry game, especially with it being at home. So I've got Kentucky going 5-7 this season. I'm with you on the floor, though. It's absolutely 2-10. They win against Youngstown State and then South Carolina and then lose every other game on their schedule.
They go into it. Is Coach getting fired first year? Will Stein?
At
Or is the
Kentucky,
first year firings of head coaches a thing of the old?
I don't think it's a thing of the old yet, but I think at Kentucky it wouldn't happen.
They
I
can't.
don't.
They can't fire their old their steady Eddie and then in the first year fire their replacement. Right? There's no shot.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. As far as the ceiling goes for this team, I still think that the first 4 games they go exactly the same. I would say
Vanderbilt.
a win over Vanderbilt, possibly, very possibly a win over Missouri, but that's stretching.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it's 5-7,
That is
6-6.
stretching. I'm gonna go 6-6. I don't see them going 7-5 in year one under Will Stein. So I'm gonna say 6-6. You win one of Vanderbilt or Missouri in this one. So, hey, based on my record prediction for this season, you're pretty close to the ceiling already, going at 5-7. If 6-6 is the ceiling for this team, so I mean, it could be a decent year for Will Stein. Leaves you some to build upon, but I think it's still going to be a long road for Will Stein at Kentucky.
There's a tissue for my Kentucky fans. No, I'm joking, man. It does take time to build a program, Jade. I agree with that, but not near as long. Within a year or two, if you're not on an upward trajectory with the way the transfer portal is and the way you can literally overhaul a roster within an offseason, the excuses of it takes in the past, your first recruiting class to get them to become seniors was the idea, right? So that way your whole team was your recruits. So yes, it took 3 to 4 years to get to that point. Now, I mean, there's just you could almost pluck players like it's a free agency every single offseason, and so it's really not helped the coaches at all in that scenario where they really, I mean, and you had Coach Heupel in year 2 going 10-2. Didn't really help the cause. You have Kirby Smart in year 2 freaking dang near winning the SEC. Like, I mean, all these coaches that you've seen go in and within 2 to 3 years are winning and winning big. It's really put a damper on some other coaches that are set with the same expectation, but unfortunately have a harsher reality of what actually is going on. So, yeah. It is what it is.
Now, a credit to Will Stein at Kentucky. He has hit the transfer portal hard since
he
came in there.
Yes,
so, I mean, he's trying his best there. I just feel like it's
now he has.
It's going to be a little bit of
recruiting trail that hard.
No,
not having a great time there, but he is definitely picking players out of the transfer portal.
Yeah,
that's what you got to do as a first year head coach, though. Your high school recruits are not going to help you immediately. You got to go get the transfer portal, the kids that are a little bit seasoned, veterans, and yeah. It's all good, though. That's crazy, man. What a start to the season predictions. I love it.
Yeah. So
I cannot believe we were as tight as we were. We do not discuss this pre-show, so this is kind of cool.
Yeah. So next week, I think we're pretty aligned as far as one team that we discuss because we have crapped on them.
South Carolina.
Yeah. South Carolina, that's going to be one. Who do you think we should talk about as the other team?
Who should we talk about as the other team? That is a good question. So a couple teams come to mind, like Florida.
Florida was on my mind.
You want to just do Florida then?
Let's do Florida.
All right, Florida. Bet. Easy. There it is. South Carolina, Florida next week. But I was thinking it was either Florida or Mississippi State. Like I was right there. So
yeah, so I think that means we know the following week one of the teams is going to be Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Then we just have to discuss next week who we want that other team to be. So I think there's going to be a.
They got Lance Hurd. I am not worried about that whatsoever.
No, not at all.
Maybe they got Nico. No, I don't want that because then his best game will be against us. I don't know. We're not. No, I don't want to play Nico.
No, I'm not worried about Nico. Give me Nico all day long.
No, he's gonna make us look like Penn State, bro. He literally fraud that man. I don't want Nico. No, absolutely not. Jim Knowles was looking like a lost kid in a freaking candy store when he played. That was terrible, dude. That was a terrible game. I'm just going to blame it on the fact that they fired James Franklin. Whatever. It was a terrible game. Anyways.
Skylar, you got anything else before we close out tonight?
Man, I'm not. I'm looking forward to. I think we're gonna see the Blacks tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a Summit Blue.
Summit Blue.
Yeah, tomorrow's Summit Blue for the lady side.
Dare
Thursday,
I say the men's have a Summit Blue alternate?
I think that'd be cool, but I don't know if they'll do it because that's the women's thing.
Yeah, you're right. Give me the orange jerseys. Summit Blue helmet. Oh, dude, that would be so sick. That'd be so sick. With the orange tee.
Maybe do some orange blue or some Summit Blue pants go along with it.
Oh, dude, stop. Adidas, don't make us the freaking partners, bro. We be gassing it up, dude. Come on now.
But no, I do hope that they have like some Summit Blue accents or something for the team.
Yeah, they do the
kind of like Nike did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that We Back Pat. So
I think they even do it for the homecoming game. So maybe that's something that they do against Kentucky.
Yeah. So
we'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, Summit Blue coming out tomorrow. Dark Mode is going to be Thursday before jerseys go on sale Friday. Smoky Gray will be released later in the month. Just because there's going to be kind of a story behind it, like the last couple of jerseys with Nike have been as well. So Smoky Grays will come out later. But it's going to be a fun end to the week to see some of these reveals as well. A lot of big things coming up for Tennessee. You know, Media Day is coming up pretty soon. So we're about to have quite a bit to talk about on the podcast along with these schedule predictions. We're about to get into our position previews as well. That is coming up. So a lot of big things getting ready to start. Once again, we are 60 days away from Tennessee football starting up. So
teaser on the position previews. We may have lost a linebacker.
I don't like hearing that.
But he may still be starting on the defense. We'll talk more about that later.
That's right. But do make sure that if you watch this, that you give us a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. It just helps us out, helps get our podcast out to more people as well. So we're not going to spam you with notifications, anything like that. All we ask is that you do like it, share it to your friends as well. Once again, it just helps us out more than anything.
He won't spam you, all right? But what he will say is real quick and then take the next 27 minutes explaining what the real quick thing was, like we did with DGG today. Just skip through it. It's fine.
So real quick, But now, Skylar, you got anything else before we close out tonight?
Nah, man, we'll see y'all next week. Let's go.
Yeah.
Hope everybody had a great 4th, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.